フルカウンター。
Alright lads, welcome back to the Grind Cross video, and I did see other content creators upload tier lists like the last few days now, so I'd rather wait to upload mine on a different day when they haven't done theirs, and I haven't watched them, so hopefully I'm not too far off. But once again, this is my opinion here. Obviously I haven't used every character. Yes, I could get some things wrong, but I think overall as a general tier list, it's not too bad. And yeah, if you have any criticisms, leave in the comments. I will take that into consideration next time. And yeah, literally this is last month's tier list, so before we get into everything else, what we do is we rank them all based on how good they are in the game, not just PvE, not just PvP, but of course if someone is top tier in PvP but like okay in PvE, they're gonna go up like into S tier. Like who would it be? Assault Melee? He's good over around. I don't know. I mean, I guess, Dere is one. She's okay in PvP, but like top tier in PvE. So that's why she's in S tier. And yeah, that is the tier from last month. So before we just jump in and change everything around, if you are new, consider subscribing. We are doing Granko content every single day. And that's what we are doing a ReZero video later today, so you don't want to miss that. And if you can hit the like button, if you enjoyed the video at all, just hit the button. It does let me know you enjoyed the video, and it helps the video get out there. So let's just jump in. So yeah, like I did say, this is last month's tier list. On the timeline, you can jump cut to the changes and also the new tier list, because I always get people commenting saying, bro, what the hell? Where's Loli Merlin? Like, we haven't got there yet. Just give it a few minutes. Okay, so let's go over to the changes. So here are the changes. And nothing too much, because, well, there wasn't really any meta changing units this patch. I guess this month as well. There's more corrections. So Green Easter decided to move down just because, well, it's... You can't be using it anymore, honestly. It's against Assault Melee, you really, I mean, you can win, but it's hard. And then the one against debuff minion on turn 3, Elizabeth shield cucks her so hard. What's it? Elizabeth also revive, also removes the debuffs when you do kill someone, so you can't even do like a 2-turn, like kill someone twice in 1 turn with her. So I decided to move it down. Decent, you can use her, but like there's better options. Once again, PvE content, she's fine, but most of the time bosses don't really get debuffed, especially like the top tier bosses. And yeah, you're not using it in any raid bosses, so she's fine. She has a passive that's kind of good as well, so when Zeldris does come out, she's usable and not the worst character, but not an A tier worthy character in my opinion. And then moving up in the C tier, so this moving up from D, we do have Gilthunder, the blue one. Literally, Tamiel is about to pop off next month. I know it's not now, but he should have been up there in the first place. The increase, I believe, is what, blue defense or just defense in PvP, which is quite massive towards Tamiel, and not a bad unit to bring for especially like mono blue, basically, which is kind of a thing, but not really. And now moving up, it's a slime. Yes, SR slime memory is actually on the tier list, the best slime unit, which is crazy. I know I'm kind of. The reason why I moved them up was because of last month, right? I got to use him with the new PvP rule, which I know is not activated right now, but his like stance in the game, at least in the PvP meta, isn't too bad, if that makes sense. He can heal Loli Merlin. Like in the team I was using, right, everyone targeted Loli Merlin because you want to get her down first. You either target Elizabeth or Gopher. You don't really care about the slime because it's a slime. You just don't target him. So if people knew about what he did, then maybe he'll be moving down. But the fact you can heal, give debuff muni, and also as well remove buffs, so you can just literally target the one, for example, because there's a lot of people using what's it, Grindian, like the tank Dian. So it's actually not too bad. Elizabeth shield as well. I mean, you can use him, but he's not the best. That's why he's in C tier. And in the PvE, I mean, just a cheeky little heal isn't the worst thing. And then moving down is Reinhardt, I believe I say his name. Just you're not using Pierce no more in PvE farming. There's just better teams, so I just thought might as well move him down. He does have attack saber, but once again, you only use him for his passive, so it's not the overall best unit. And yeah, decided to move him down. Now that is it for the changes. Like I say, nothing too crazy. But moving on to the actual, I guess, new characters now. We do have this here, so a lot of stuff. Let's start from the bottom, why not, and make our way to the top. We do have Mike in D tier. Now, I know that might be a little bit too low. Maybe he should be in C tier. But I just don't see how this guy's good. So what he does, firstly, he's red. So firstly, he gets slapped straight away by, you know, the one, like turn 1, basically. What he does is he's 2 single target cards that one applies effect, which is what Loli Merlin does on a tier 1 on AoE, but he does a single target and you have to get to a tier 2, so already quite bad. Then he has a fill ultimate gauge. Like, why? his ultimate isn't that good either. It's just a stun that does damage. But once again, it's a collab hero, so you can't really get it duped out. If you had a strong ultimate, then fair enough. But also his passive, whenever he uses a single target skill, he does apply attack lower for 2 turns by 30%. Which, you know, in the meta, it's against assault melee, he's still gonna clap you. If you attack low, you're getting 2 buffs anyway. So it's like he's still like not getting that much of a debuff. The one gets debuff mini on turn 2 or turn 3, sorry, which is basically almost 2 turns because it's at the start of the turn and also at the end of the turn as well. So this guy isn't doing much to really like loli Merlin. Fair enough, you can target the loli Merlin, but loli Merlin still probably end up killing. You can stun. It's not a good unit in my opinion. Maybe he should be in C tier, but PvE content, you're not using many raid bosses, you're not using anything really. It's just a really bad unit in my opinion. Moving on to C2, we do have Denzel. Denzel, once again, kind of a lackluster unit, but he does have a really good counter skill that can be used in PvE if you get like the right strat going, where you can actually kind of nuke someone like 1 turn. Like, it's actually kind of mad what you can do. So because of that potential, he is going to be in C tier. Now moving on to B, we do have Jim and also Will. Starting off with Will, he does have an interesting passive to have, like, you know, you can't die in 1 turn if you do survive below 50. It's not the greatest passive, but a fun one. And he can obviously prevent ultimate gauge from filling up, and also have a kind of a useless skill, to be honest, which is Flood AoE. He's not the greatest, but he does have a pretty good ultimate where it does Severe, so it's a 3 times critting chance. And to be fair, it actually does a lot of damage. Like, even at 1/6, I was kind of surprised by it. And yeah, honestly, not the worst unit. You can use him if you want to. Not the best, but the fact he is green is actually pretty good in the meta, because you can obviously verse against the one and also you know, Elizabeth, and type neutral against assault melee. Not the worst, not great. Maybe he'll move down, but I do think he's a little bit better than people in C tiers, so I have to put him up a little bit higher. Jim, close to being A, to be fair. He's not too bad, but we'll see how it works out, man. His whole point is to buff up collab units, but he does better without collab units, to be fair, a little bit. He has a stun and also a drain, which, to be fair, I have it, even though he's red and he gets kind of countered by the 1, people don't target him straight away because they would rather kill that 11 or someone else that's doing the DPS. But a really good support unit. I'm close to putting him into A tier, but I just think in right now, if the 1 was to target him, he will be obviously taking a lot of damage. And right now, at least in global, a lot of the 1s run around. It's weird because on JP, all you found is assault melee. So maybe when assault melee is literally just used, then yes, he'll be like maybe up into A tier. So let me know what you think. Should Jim be in A tier? Not too sure. Moving on to 11. So the new top tier character basically is yeah, A tier. You can't really complain. She's super good PvE. Okay to use in PvP, but in the meta, once again, with like a lot of green units, if you find a assault melee, if you find a loli Merlin, you're going to struggle a little bit unless you have the support for it. But once again, you can just use Saria or loli Merlin. It's just better. When we actually start finding more red characters, because right now all you see is kind of what, if you're lucky, you find a Lost Vein, Red Gopher, Melascula, but you got to versus assault melee at that point, and then Sariel. So it kind of just matches up really. Like, what's the meta? Is there more blues? Because then you already bring loli Merlin. But once again, her damage, a little bit lackluster. In a sense, it's not, but like, compared to like Sariel, loli Merlin, in the meta right now, she's collab hero 2, you gotta get her cosmetics. I'm not too sure I should even rank that high enough, but once again, A tier is not a bad tier to be in. It's just she's not top tier because she can get counted quite easy. And then moving on to S tier, we do have loli Merlin, which goes without saying. Infect on tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3 even. It's stupid, man. She has such unreal damage. She can't be one-shotted, so, you know, if you buff up assault melee, you know, you're not going to get one-shotted. The 1 on turn 3 can't one-shot loli Merlin. It takes a lot to kill her. She can also apply Infect, which means they can't do any lifesteal. So if you do get assault melee like 1 HP, and he does like a mad turn where he kills everyone, he still will be 1 HP the next turn because of his lifesteal has been disabled. Really good counter towards, obviously, Escanor and obviously Elizabeth as well. Just 2 blue characters that she just slaps and eats up really easy. And the best thing as well is if you have Elizabeth ultimate, tier 1 of her AoE, double fusion mana, whatever it's called, literally disables her ultimate for a tier 1 skill. Like, you can't ask for anything better. She's top tier, not to mention in PvE. She is very good against the Grey Demon, maybe even the best Grey Demon character. Any PvE content. Farming, she uses that AoE skill first because it's a debuff. You can't ask for a better character. She's actually top tier. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I'd like to say a quick one, but I went into a little bit of detail with the new characters because they are kind of new, and yeah, they just came out on JP. So yeah, let me know what you lot think of the tier list, if you have anything changes. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of new changes next month, because we are gonna get ReZero, the unknown metas coming. We are gonna get, I think we should be able to get the Belmos raid. So there's a new raid boss coming, which are gonna be increased green characters. So I can already see, I guess Counter Meteor is gonna up a tier. I'm not too sure what else can go up. I guess Garad, even Green, Elizabeth and D tier is going to go up as well. Just a lot of stuff to go over in the next tier list. So I thought I might as well update this one, because I can't do it all next month, otherwise it'd be quite crazy. But yeah, let me know what you lot think, and thank you for watching, and peace.